Yo, when you click like, it helps me help my daughter.
We got fake influencer with the 25 bucks. Sorry if you get this question asked a lot. I just started watching the channel. Do you have any quick thoughts / predictions on market conditions for the next 2 to 3 years, i.e. New York kneecapping Airbnb, beginning of crash conditions?
Yeah, so that's like absentee owners or owner occupied. This is like part of like why I like my motivation to kind of keep doing these things is like I see so much shit like these guys, like you buy a house, you live in it for a year, and then you move on, you do it again. You want to pass me the scotch? I don't have it. Smoke Ichiban. Number one whiskey. All world.
Number one.
World.
Ichiban.
Number one. Basically like this model of like, yeah, just buy them and move on. And then, okay, cool. You can't Airbnb. There's going to be ways around, but like if you have an Airbnb in an illegal area, you're going to be like running a weed grow. You know, you're going to have to be pulling it on and off. There'll be sites. There's going to be like new ways to do it and shit, but it's going to be kind of black market for now. That being said, I said this year, like I remember when they did it in Newport and I couldn't believe it. All these fucking microphone wearing influencer, fucking real estate tycoon, speech giving, fucking follow my class and do this shit. It's not going to work. There's people who you can do it. You have to pull it off effectively. You have to be really, your margins are going to be razor thin. You can't just like buy a house on the Airbnb metric, right? So let's just take any house from, let's just go back like 5 houses, whatever. Like we'll go to just any house. Let's pick one that would be like let's go to that Boone, this one. No, this is a high end. I don't want to do a high end one. That one in New Hampshire would be good. I just want to give you an example of like what they're gonna try to do. This one, so 475 grand, right? Like this is a pretty good. This is a pretty good Airbnb. You could paint and style this house. You're gonna be into the house for 600 grand, right? This is a better vacation getaway. But say you bought this for Airbnb purposes. I'm in this boat. Like this is what I would, right? I'm gonna buy this house to Airbnb it when I'm not living there, right? I want a getaway house to New Hampshire. That's what I want. I'm not going to keep this as my primary residence. Now, buying this house at this money, it's $3,500 a month. All right, $3,500 a month. So the house is costing me $125 a day. Right? How many times, like servicing this thing and the profit, how much could you possibly rent it for? The market gets saturated. They put the clamp down. Say this one stays open. What people aren't foreseeing is like how much work it is to run it. Like you're a fucking hotel. You run a hotel room. Like you clean rooms. The firings will be the first leg down to where people stop traveling so much. Credit spending going up versus credit spending going up and like your average credit card debt going up like 2.5% nationwide. Like the entire consumer debt index of like. Basically, you're realizing that people are digging into their credit cards now. What that means is the cash is gone. All the free money's gone. The equity in the cars that you got. Everybody driving their cars that they went and, I bought it for 30 and then the dealership bought it back for me for 6,000 and then COVID got 2,000 and I got extra work for that. Like all those like freebie monies that everybody kind of got in their own weird way, that they might have sold their house or, you know, like all the shit is kind of gone now. Like this is 2023 now. This is like we're going into fourth quarter 2023. Like the ship sailed. The cash is gone. All right. You know what goes? The travel, the Airbnb. So you have that problem coming naturally. Then you have the legislation problem. Then you're gonna have this like, look what they did. Look what all these borrowers and buyers did. They got people buying portfolios of homes based on like Airbnb. Like what could you rent this house for? Shit hit the fan. Airbnb is illegal. What am I renting this house out for? How much a month? A 4-bedroom house in the middle of fucking nowhere. $3 grand? You tell me, chat. Middle of nowhere, New Hampshire. How much am I renting a 3-bedroom house for? You tell me. How much a bedroom? Even if it's 3 fucking cool people. Right? Say, you know, you can sleep more, but it's just what I'm trying to say is like, if shit hits the fan, you have to resort back to just renting the fucking thing long term. And the renting the fucking thing number is way worse than the fucking Airbnb number. That number that we did, 400 a night times 200 nights, 80,000. You ain't getting $6,700 a fucking month for that piece, dude. No fucking way. You get $400 a night for this thing. $80,000 a year. You think I'm getting $6,000 a month for a long-term rental here? What am I? If I can do that, I'm a magic man. I'm a magic man. I'm David Blaine. I'm fucking David Blaine, Epstein Island David Blaine. Like fucking, like, you know, like that's the way you got to think about it. Like that's like, so if the bubble pops, no matter what house you look at, and if you're coming into this Airbnb bullshit, so yes, is the bubble going to pop? What do they do? What is my opinion? What are people going to do? They're going to sell the fucking house, and they're going to take a loss on it. So all these people that bought these vacation, and I'm around here, it's going to happen. It would be me. You know, if the layoffs and the tech jobs and the sales jobs and the hospital care workers, that won't happen. But if layoffs start because production's down, and from the sales side and the retail sector jobs, they start to firings, that'll be the first leg down. That'll be like straight up, we're going into a little bit of a recession. That's what I'm keeping my eye on. But anybody who bought any of these things that's been running a successful vacation rental, I think that's just gonna start to squeak down. Rates are going to get cheap. Hotels are going to start to be very aggressive, and they're going to gobble back their business. And the lobby's just going to fuck shit up. And some of the lenders, if anybody got any fancy lending on this shit, like any, like, you know, especially these guys buying 10 houses, if you have like investors and stuff like that, when they're not getting them, like, they're not going to want to, going forward, they're going to be very skittish on if it's a vacation rental, you know, and basically the way they're going to do that is they're going to say, who's buying the house? I'm buying the house. Nick is buying the house. Well, what are you going to do with your other house, Nick? I'm like, I'm going to live in that too. Oh, so this is a vacation rental. Yes. Do you plan on renting it on an Airbnb? Yes. Red flag. Denied, you know? So that's it. That's just kind of like that is when someone's feeding you a line of bullshit for like the rentals, you know, like strong, stable rental market. Like, yeah, at high rate, because I'm paying a lot of fucking money for this thing right now. And then you have to ask yourself, like, you're paying all this money. You're paying the premium on the price of the house. You're paying a premium on the interest rate. How the fuck are you gonna? What are you gonna do? How are you gonna refinance to a higher rate? There's no lower rate to go down to. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna be stuck with this fucking expensive, burning beast that's not getting you any of your fucking money back. And that's it. There's just that shit. Yeah, they're just gonna start to like deny people for second homes. You'll see it. They'll clamp down. It'll go slow. But those like dreams to Airbnb, I think the market is saturated enough, man. I think there's enough people pipe dreaming out there that already blew their load because they got dollar signs in their eyes, and now it's your turn to catch them in their divorce.